There's something that quietly shapes the way we see ourselves, make decisions, and set limits on what we believe we can achieve. It's not talent, it's not our circumstances, it's our beliefs, specifically the self-limiting ones. But here's the million-dollar question. Are these beliefs actually true, or are they just stories we've accepted as truth? That's what we're unpacking today. Hi, I'm Michael Hales, leadership coach and co-founder of M Squared Leadership Consulting. And this is video 5 in our series on self-limiting beliefs. Michelle and I are doing this series because we realize we've allowed self-limiting beliefs, we've started calling them SLBs for short, to hold us back throughout our lives. Once that dawned on us, we got mad and we decided to do something about it. We started digging into how these beliefs form, how they affect us, and how we can break free from them. We're still learning, but the more we've learned, the more excited we've got about helping others who have faced the same challenges. Our goal is to do one video a week to share what we're learning. If this is your first time with us, welcome. We're so glad you're here. Today's question is very important, one of the most important that we'll cover. Let's start with something simple, but not easy. Not everything you believe is true. Now, that might sound obvious when you're talking about someone else, but it's a little harder when the belief is your own. Maybe you believe, I'm not good with people. I don't have what it takes to lead. I'll never be financially successful. I'm just not cut out for that. You believe it, sure, but here's the key distinction. Believing something doesn't make it true. It makes it powerful. Your belief in something becomes the lens through which you interpret everything. That belief shapes your behavior, which creates results that seem to confirm the belief, and the cycle repeats. But the feeling of truth isn't the same as actual truth. Let's pause here and ask, so what's the difference between a belief and a fact? Well, a fact can be verified. A belief, on the other hand, is a mental construct. It's something that we've chosen, often unconsciously, based on past experiences, emotions, or influences from others. Here's an example. Fact: I didn't get that promotion. Belief: I'm not leadership material. Fact: my last relationship ended. Belief: I'm not lovable. You see the difference? We take neutral facts and we add meaning to them. We write a story and then we live according to the story, even if it's not accurate. So where do these stories come from? Well, often they're shaped in our childhood. Maybe someone said something critical, or maybe they didn't say something that we needed that was affirming, and we filled in the blanks. And over time, our interpretations became our beliefs. Sometimes it's a result of a painful failure or some sort of embarrassment. We tried, we stumbled, and instead of saying, well, that didn't work, we say, I'm not good at this, and I never will be. Sometimes it's culture, society. The expectations of others get placed on us because of our gender, our race, class, background, whatever. We internalize those messages that we were never supposed to own. These beliefs may feel like unchangeable truths, but really they're just old stories that need a rewrite. And here's the good news. You can change your story. It starts with asking, where did this belief come from? Is it based on evidence or just emotion? Would I say this to someone I care about? What's a more empowering way that I could choose to look at this? Now, this doesn't mean pretending everything's fine or chanting affirmations that you don't really believe. What it does mean is questioning your conclusions. When you start to challenge your beliefs, you give yourself permission to grow beyond them. So, here's your challenge for the week. Think about one belief that you hold about yourself, especially one that's limiting you, and ask yourself this: is this a fact or just a story I've repeated so many times that it feels like truth? And then ask, if this story wasn't true, what would I do differently? That's where growth begins. Next week, we're going to look at the difference between healthy caution and limiting beliefs, because not every hesitation is a belief problem, but a lot of them are. Hey, we're so glad you've chosen to come on this journey of growth with us. Please stick around because we're just getting started. We'll see you next time.